In today's clash, we put together two of the most exciting prospects in world football right now, Neymar and Haaland. It's a battle of flair versus power. First off, both players are blessed with extraordinary talent. However, their skill sets differ greatly. Neymar is a master dribbler who can beat defenders for fun. Meanwhile, Haaland relies on his physicality to overpower his opponent. Both styles have proven extremely effective in Europe. But who will come out on top in the long run? Let's find out. Welcome to our channel. And in order to find out who will be the future king of football, we will analyze these 8 decisive factors. Factor number 1, goals. At this point, it seems like Neymar has the upper hand when it comes to goals. He has scored 138 goals for PSG compared to Haaland's 86 in all competitions. A massive difference considering that he played 182 games while Erling managed 196. If you compare their goal stats for every minute played, then Haaland slightly surpasses. The Norwegian needs 107 minutes on average to score, whereas Neymar scores once every 110 minutes. What is remarkable about them is that they reached this level at such a young age. This takes us to factor no. 2 goal stats at the same age. As mentioned, Neymar has a slight advantage over his opponent in terms of goals scored at the same age. The Brazilian was a bit ahead in all departments. At 21, he had already played for both Santos and Barcelona, winning several titles. Furthermore, Neymar had scored 136 goals in club football and had earned 44 caps for Brazil. On the other hand, Haaland was just coming into with his performances for Borussia Dortmund. He managed to score 85 goals in 88 matches. He also made his debut for Norway, but only managed to score 1 goal. Therefore, factor no. 2 goals to net. Factor no. 3. Injuries. Unfortunately, Neymar's career has been plagued by frequent injuries, which has limited his playing time. In contrast, Haaland has shown great resilience. He has missed only a handful of games since moving to Manchester City. So, if we talk about availability, then Haaland is the clear winner. Neymar is prone to picking up injuries and has not played more than 30 games in a season since arriving in Paris. One reason behind his constant injuries could be the way he plays. Unlike Haaland, Neymar dribbles a lot and takes on multiple defenders, which obviously puts him at risk of getting injured. In that regard, Haaland is more clinical and direct, which explains why he rarely gets injured. Factor no. 4. Club achievement. In terms of club football, both players have achieved great success. Neymar has won 7 league titles, 3 Coupe de France, and 2 Coupe de la Ligue with PSG. They also reached the Champions League final in 2020, but unfortunately lost against Bayern Munich. Besides this, Neymar helped Barcelona to win La Liga and won Copa del Rey. Now, looking at Haaland's trophy cabinet, we see that he has only won 1 league title with Manchester City. He has also won 1 FA Cup. However, he has reached the Champions League final with both Dortmund and City. Despite the fact that he did not win either final, he was named the player of the tournament. Overall, if we look at the number of trophies, then Neymar clearly has the edge over Haaland. But if we assess the quality of the trophies, then it is a close call. Now let's look at factor 5, the Champions League. Although Neymar Jr. has yet to conquer Europe, he does have some impressive records. The Brazilian has scored 24 goals in the competition, which makes him the top scorer in the history of PSG. On the other hand, Haaland is rewriting the history books in the Champions League. This season, he became the fastest player to reach 10 goals in the Champions League, beating Robert Lewandowski's record. Haaland also holds the record for most goals in a single Champions League campaign with an astonishing 12 goals. Furthermore, he is the only player to score 30 goals in a season across all competitions. All these stats show that Haaland is currently in better form than Neymar in the Champions League. For now, factor 5 also goes to Haaland. Let's move on to factor number 6. Social media influence. In this department, Neymar is clearly the winner. He has 190 million followers on Instagram, whereas Haaland has only 6.6 million followers. Likewise, Neymar's Twitter account boasts 58.8 million followers. While it's only 1.9 million for Haaland, Neymar is undoubtedly one of the most marketable athletes on the planet. His brand endorsements are worth millions of dollars. According to Forbes, Neymar's total earnings in 2023 were $105 million, including his salary and commercial deals, whereas Haaland's total earnings were $53 million. So there is no doubt that Neymar is the winner of factor number 6. Factor 7. Market value. Since we are talking about marketing, we cannot ignore the market value of these players. Haaland's current market value is 1 billion euros, whereas it is 80 million for Neymar. This means that Haaland is valued 250 million euros more than Neymar. What's interesting is that Haaland is the first player whose market value crossed the 1 billion euro mark. This shows how highly regarded Haaland is in the football market. Neymar joined PSG for a then world record fee of 222 million euros. At that time, many believed that Neymar was worth every penny. But after his constant injuries and mediocre performances, PSG might be wondering whether they made the right decision. On the other hand, Manchester City got Haaland for only 51 million euros, which turned out to be one of the best transfers in recent times. Haaland has simply repaid City's faith by scoring crucial goals. Considering all these factors, the winner of this factor is quite obvious. Haaland is currently the most valuable player in the world, and hence, he wins factor 7. Finally, let's move on to the last factor. Who's more likely to win a Ballon d'Or? Judging from their current performances, both players have what it takes to win the coveted prize. Neymar already won the award in 2022, but he has struggled to maintain consistency ever since. On the other hand, Haaland is enjoying the best form of his life. He is breaking all kinds of records at Manchester City and is considered the favorite to win the Ballon d'Or this year. If he continues to perform like this, then a couple of Ballons d'Or in his kitty. Hence, factor 8 goes to Haaland. So there you have it, folks. We have analyzed all 8 factors, and it's clear that Haaland has edged out Neymar in 6 of them. But remember, this is not a head-to-head comparison. It's about assessing their skills and potential. Some fans might argue that Neymar is still better because he can play as a false 9. However, Haaland's physicality and aerial prowess will be difficult to deal with in the coming years. Moreover, he has a better go-to-game ratio. So for now, Haaland is the future of football. Thank you for watching. Don't forget to subscribe and turn notifications on to never miss an update on your favorite stuff. See you next time.